G'day YouTube, DownUnder here. Welcome to another video. This is a video with a little bit of a difference because this is not a city update. It's actually just a working on the city video. So something a little bit different. What I want to do today is work on this section of the city. So the first things I'm going to be doing is moving the Palace Cinema around so it faces forward. And then I will be putting in some straight road plates through here. This whole section's going to change up. The straight road will run through to the residential here, and then I'm going to be messing around with this area here and getting it ready for the assembly square to go in right there. So I've talked about that a number of times on city updates, so finally getting around to it. I thought I'd do this video. I'm going to slip in and out of time-lapse, so it's not too long of a video and you can watch the progress. Then I can get some feedback from you guys. I'll probably do a part 1, part 2 video, something like that. I can get some feedback, get some ideas, get you guys involved. So anything that you think of, please belt it all in the comments. Really want to hear from you guys. So my biggest problem probably in this section here is this straight road. Once I run it through, it's not going to match up with the residential road here. As you can see, it's not quite lined up, and that is because I have a third train track just here, and that's basically just to hold my trains, my extra train, whichever one I'm not using at the time, I can slip in down there and get it off the main lines. If I have to, I will take that out. I have got some other ideas of how I can store the train, so if I have to, I can take that out. I do have a little bit of room there to play with, so I might be able to push this down just enough to match up that straight road. I'm not too sure. My biggest problem is I currently really like how that's basically the end of the city, and then you got the residential. Once that main road is running into the residential, there's going to be no real sort of cut-off point per se. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to look, but we're going to give it a go because I do think the Palace Cinema will look better if it's facing around the other way. The other thing I'm going to have to do is move these shops here all back. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it all yet with these shops, but basically 1, 2, 3 road plates there will go. Obviously I'll have to put in another one there, so all in all 2 road plates will be taken out. So it's going to give me 2 more base plates of space to actually make this area work a little bit better. The bike shop's going to have to go because I'm going to have the assembly square there, another modular there. I just want this to flow from here nicely into this area and just open it up a little bit more. So that's definitely going to have to go. Possibly this one as well, so I will move them somewhere else. Not sure what I'm going to do down here. I don't have the Parisian restaurant in this area at the moment, which it was there. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to sort of put it along the back, possibly even put it down here, but I'm just going to play around with a few things and see how we end up. So let's get into it. I've got a few things here. I've got the vacuum here. Oh, don't knock it off. Got my little brush here, so I'll be doing a little bit of cleaning as I go. Got some straight plates ready. I think I really only need one of those. I've got some light green, bright green I should say, base plates. So I use these ones when I'm going to cover up an entire base plate so you don't even know what color it is. Don't really like using this color in my city, so that's what I use. They're readily available. You can cover them up, you don't even know they're there, and that way I can save my regular green, Lego green base plates for something else. But I think that's about it, so let's get into the time lapse. I'm going to start ripping stuff out and moving stuff around, doing a little bit of cleaning, so let's get into it. Okay, so looks a bit different now, doesn't it? I must say I do like the Palace Cinema facing that way. I know a lot of people have suggested that in some city updates, so yeah, definitely looks better. Not sure what I'll do with that little half plate there. I might just put a green plate and maybe just a few tables or something, bit of a few flowers or whatever, just to break it up a little bit. I'll just put that plate in there for now. You can see how this road, so I've just pushed this back so you can get a bit of an idea how that road is going to look. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I guess that's not too bad. Need to do something with this little area here, just where the main road meets the residential road. Any ideas you've got, just so you know we're not having any cars just come crashing through. Any ideas? I guess I could just put, let's just try that. Let's put my speed bump there, put a little 50 sign. I guess that looks a bit better, doesn't it? So what I've got to do now is move all of these. So what my plan is to make this whole area, so that's where the cafe corner's going. So this whole area is going to be like a shopping, eatery type area of the city, somewhere just to come and chill out and relax, get a coffee, do a little bit of shopping, that sort of thing. So like I said, Assembly Square in there. Now I'm going to push these back. The problem I've got is the way I've done this, I've actually got these tiles here clipped onto this plate here, so I've got to pull up the boardwalk so I can take these tiles off so I can actually move those. The biggest problem I've got, and something I normally don't like to do, and I kind of thought, nah, I'm never going to move the church, so it doesn't matter. I built the church onto that road plate, so I've actually got to pull that off. Yeah, something you should not do. So I'll end up putting the church on its own 32 by 32. I'll push that back to here, I think, and just open up this front section a little bit more. So as you can see by pushing this road back, so let me know what you think about that road looking like that. Obviously that's all got to be tiled up and everything, but by pushing that back, I've given myself, let me grab my little measuring stick here, I've given myself, actually I don't even need to do that. If I look at there, that's six studs wide extra, so all of this will have to be pushed back 6 studs. What I think I'll do is I think I'll push it all back and give myself that 6 studs at the front here, and then I might just put in some more gardens along here. I can have more of a garden section along here, and because the church will be pushed back, I can have maybe a few more trees or whatever along the front there. So these 2 shops, they're going to get pushed back to here. I'm going to put in 2 more shops just here, so it's a whole little shopping area of its own. I'm going to tile it all up, make it look really nice. I might do it in different tiles actually. I might do it in tan tiles, something like that, just to break it up from the grey. And then we come along to here. Now, before I talk about this section, the only problem I've got with this is if you're looking from here, it's really blocking the buildings at the back. Now, I have done that down this end of the city. It's going to be a little bit darker down here, but all these buildings are really forward, so you can basically see over the top of them to see the buildings behind. Whereas these ones here, this building is a little bit taller than those apartment buildings for starters, so it is blocking the buildings at the back. So that's my biggest concern at this time. Let me know what you think about that. Obviously there'll be lower buildings here, you'll be able to stand to the side here and see down, so I guess it's not too bad. My other thought is, I think I've talked about before, those 2 base plates, I'm planning another tower. So it's going to be as big or bigger. I'm hoping it's going to actually be bigger than the brick bank, maybe even as big as the Avengers Tower. So what I might do is I might push these two buildings right down next to the brick bank, and then put in the tower here, and then that way these buildings won't be hiding so much of what's behind. So that's another idea. So the front here, what the plan is like I said, it's an area to come and relax, and what's better to come and relax to is if you have a little bit of water. So I'm going to have a bit of a pond area all along this front section here. So it's basically the boardwalk is going to cut in this way and will run along these shops here, and then all of this will be water. So these plants will be going, and that's all going to be water. So to do that, to get a little bit of depth, to make it look a little bit more realistic, I need to lift these buildings. I'm not going to worry about lifting these ones, not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but I want to lift these one brick higher. So I'm actually going to rip this cafe corner off its base plates and put it on plates. That way I can use base plates underneath, put some bricks on, and then just sit it on top of the bricks, and then that will give me a little bit more height. So I've got to work on that to get this area set up for that. I'm not sure what else to tell you at this time. Any thoughts on all of that? I'd love to hear from you guys, so please, as I've said earlier, put it in the comments. I'm going to go back into time-lapse now as I move all this section, and then I'll probably just wrap it up after that as part one, and then we'll come back when I get a few parts in and I can start working on this water section. The wife is currently building the assembly square, so I'm going to have that ready to go in soon as well. But yeah, let's get back into it. Alrighty, I'm actually really loving that. I think that looks great. I've still got a little piece of base plate there under the church, so I've got to pull that off, as I said, put it on its own base plate, fix all this up. But I think that looks really good. I'll have a little path down there, like I said, I'll tile that in different colours. Bit of a walkway coming around to this pond area, and I've started to put in the block work there for that as well. I don't think I'll rip this fencing up. I think I'll leave that, and I think I'll just run the blocks along the back here. I think that will sort of look a little bit better. I do like the picket fence along the front there, but I think that's going to look pretty good. I'd love to hear from you what you think. That little bit of road that I was talking about, I don't think that really matters so much now, because you're not even really going to see it, so I don't think that is such an issue. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this style of video, where I'm actually doing a video on working on the city rather than just a city update. Obviously, once this is all complete, I have done some other work down this end which I don't want to show just yet, but I'll save it all for a city update when this is all complete. But I think I'll do a part 2 as I'm working on all this area for the pond and stepping up these 2 modulars here. I'm going to raise them up a little bit, as I said. So I think I'll do a part 2, but let me know what you think about this style of video. Do you want to see the part 2? If you do, I'll get it done for you. But thanks everybody for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I love reading your comments. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.